true your ex-wife have access to your bank account? Yeah. I told you I trust her implicitly. I beg your pardon? Implicitly. I trust her. If she wanted to take it, she could. There's very few people that you meet where you can trust implicitly. And to be honest, she was there when we were living at the in-laws' house. She was there when we couldn't afford a hamburger. She was there through the grind. She, to me, just like we kind of separated when we started making it. Right. So she doesn't get to enjoy any of that. Right. To me, that's not right. Wow.
Where he don't even understand that he's trapped by the Jezebel spirit. He thinks it's cause she's so good. What, no woman who's good would still want to have access to your bank account even when she's moved on?
Tell us the truth!
All right, what's good, YouTube? It's your man, Book of AlphaRonomy, a.k.a. Dr. BOA. Yep, I got time today. When you marry a woman, you invest a lot of energy into her. Like a lot of your masculinity is invested in a woman when you marry her. That's why in a divorce, as the woman moves on and she's marrying other men and having other babies and all of that, the man most times is not, at least for a very long time. You look at Shaq and Shawnee O'Neal as an example. Yeah, Shaq was man, he threw himself in his business. Shawnee was looking for the next man. And Shaq had invested so much in the woman. And that's why I tell you guys, man, you invest too much yourself in a woman, she takes that on to the next man, and the next man thinks he's got a compatible woman because she's got an overload of masculinity that she just took from the last man. So he's thinking he's got himself a special kind of woman until he realizes he doesn't. Now, here's a man who does an interview with Shannon Sharpe, and the man says his ex-wife still has access to his bank accounts. Not only that, she ain't even single no more. And she can take his money and spend it on her boyfriend. But that's not even the problem. He's content with it. Why? Because he caught up in the Jezebel spirit. So let's take a look at this guy, Caucasian guy, who's going to explain the Jezebel spirit. And I am proud to say he does a phenomenal job of it. So let's take a look at this one, and then we'll get into the Shannon Sharpe clip, and then we'll come back and chop it up on a real tip.
So the Jezebel spirit affects both women and men. Revelation chapter 2, verses 18 through 23 says we are not to tolerate people who operate in the Jezebel spirit because they do much evil. Jezebel does their damage through controlling and manipulating their victims to do what they want, forcing them to live a compromised, sin-justified life and not obeying God. They operate in a level of witchcraft. When their victims decide to break free and get away from them and no longer submit or obey their demands, Jezebel then resorts to controlling them through lying about them to others, devising a false narrative in order to get others to hate them and stop them from accomplishing what the Lord wants. Most people will believe their lies because Jezebels are great actors and actresses, and many support Jezebels to hate on their victims to stop them from doing what the Lord wants them to accomplish. In 1 Kings chapter 21, verses 1 through 16, Ahab wanted Naboth's vineyard to turn into a vegetable garden. Naboth refused to sell it to him, for he's going to give it to his kids. So when Ahab pouts about it, Jezebel notices and says, well, I'll get it for you. So she arranged a banquet, invited Naboth to it under false pretense to honor him. Instead, she had two scoundrels lie about him in front of everyone, saying that he blasphemed God and he came against King Ahab. So they took him outside, they stoned him, killed him, and then Ahab got what he wanted. So people who are operating in the Jezebel spirit, they've infiltrated the churches and ministries, businesses, schools, and in most families in all facets of life. They are used by Satan to stop godly people from obeying the Lord and justifying sin. They have no shame or conviction with their evil behavior. God is exposing them now more and more every day. The world will call them narcissists. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verses 1 through 9, talks about the narcissists and Jezebelic people. It says we are to have nothing to do with them if they refuse to change. The only way that they can change is if they repent for their pride and rebellion, and they forgive others who hurt them when they were growing up, and then command the demons to go. So, our ministry, Restored to Freedom, has helped thousands of people who had the Jezebel spirit to change. And the only way that they could do it is they had to admit that they have an issue and that they need to want to change. Then they need to forgive everyone who hurt them from their hearts. They need to repent for their pride and sin. Then you can command Jezebel to go. You can command Leviathan in Job 41, pride, to go. And when you command the demons to go, then they can walk in the fruit of the Spirit. But so many people do not do that.
And here's the reason so many people do not do that. Because they're an emotional wreck. That's why the first thing that Jezebel does is latch on to your emotion. She's looking for cracks in your emotion so she can latch on to. A lot of times they come and they seek sympathy. They have things going on in their lives and they seek sympathy. And they try to guilt trip you into doing things. They try to play on your human side and try to make you invest in them in ways that you know you shouldn't invest in them, ways that you know they don't deserve to be invested in. And here's the problem. The moment you invest in them that way, they lock you in. Why? Because if you do it once, the second time is easier. You do it 2 times, the third time is even easier. By the 5th time, it's just a part of your life now. It's not even causing you any trouble, any grief, any regret, or anything. So you got to make sure you must avoid these people. Now, let's look at this interview on Club Shay Shay with Dave Portnoy, and we'll listen to him explain to Shannon how great it is to have his ex-wife still having access to his bank account, where he don't even understand that he's trapped by the Jezebel spirit. He thinks it's because she's so good. But no woman who's good would still want to have access to your bank account even when she's moved on. Let's take a listen to this clip, man, and we'll come back and chop it up on the real tip.
Is it true your ex-wife have access to your bank account? Yeah. I told you I trust her implicitly. I beg your pardon? Implicitly. I trust her. If she wanted to take it, she could. There's very few people that you meet where you can trust implicitly. And to be honest, she was there when we were living at the in-laws' house. She was there when we couldn't afford a hamburger. She was there through the grind. She, to me, just like we kind of separated when we started making it, so she doesn't get to enjoy any of that. To me, that's not right. Wow. Yeah, I'm a loyalty guy.
You are a boy. You loyal to the soul for real. I don't know too many people doing that.
No, it surprises people. But if she wanted to do something with it, she could have done it a long time ago.
If your ex-wife, is she married?
She's dating somebody, boyfriend.
Are you cool with that?
Yeah, I want her to be happy. It's true.
But then she can't get no access, Dave. She gotta cut off.
I won't even notice if it's gone.
You mean to tell me she might?
I mean, if she takes it all.
No. But she might take like, you know what? I'm gonna have this extravagant wedding. I'm gonna spend $500,000 on a wedding. You cool with?
Yes, 100%. 100%. Lord have mercy.
What did you learn during that marriage about yourself?
She's still my best friend. Like, we get along.
Better as friends and
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah, but she was with me at the beginning of this company. And, like, if she called me right now, it's like, I need you, I'd be there. It's like, it just didn't work as marriage.
Now, let me help y'all understand something. Just because you view a woman as your best friend doesn't mean she views you as hers. If she does, well, she doesn't. She doesn't. If a woman views you as her best, if you're a true male best friend, man, the woman either views you 2 ways. She views you as too much of a kitty cat to even have any interest in, or she views you as the man that she can come to and get the stuff and knocked out the Egg McMuffin if things ain't going right at home with her. You understand? And who's to say? They may still be linking up like that. So now she got a new man who about to enter a situation with a woman who got some strange relationship with her baby dad. Dog, let me tell you, I'm not dealing with no woman, man, who still got access. I'm not me, I ain't gonna lie to you. As soon as I said that, I started thinking about, man, having said that dude, Paper Man, we finna drain that boy bank account dry. If she got access to it, I'm gonna make her pull everything out of it. He the sucker to let her put it in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make her pull every dime out. We're gonna leave him enough to be able to maintain his bills for a month, and then the rest of the time, man, we're gonna go ahead and hit him up. Cause it's her money. If she's on the account, it's her money. You sharing your money with her like that, dog. And so it's her money. Now, my question is, would she be there for him in the same way? That's my question. My main question is, would she be there for him the same way that he's there for her? And I can probably tell you that the answer is probably no. Now, let's listen to a woman who's going to provide more biblical evidence of the wickedness of women.
Okay, so this is something that I honestly been pondering on actually for a few years now. I remember what the Bible said about women and like the evil spirit, what the Bible says about the Jezebel spirit, and things I see that women do, things I know and heard that women do, the paternity issue, how these women lay next to a man for years, looking a kid in the eyes for years, knowing there's no relation, how good men get stoned out, how kids are just used for a check. I've come to the conclusion that I think women are just pure evil. Like, I really think women are just pure evil. Women are naturally evil beings, I believe. And only a woman who's honest about our natural nature of being deceptive can change it. Like, for example, I know that naturally there's a selfish, gimme, 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 I want that type of way about me. So, about people, period, but especially women. So if you can't be honest and say that that's in there, then you can't deal with it and address it. And so I've noticed that the women who say they're the dopest, they're the this, they're the that, are usually the worst, because you have to acknowledge the beast in you in order to tame it. And so I really just think most women are natural evil, period. I just think they're evil. And not even just how they deal with men and kids makes them evil, but how they deal with each other. Women are so jealous, deceptive, conniving. Like, you can just feel the evil when you are in the presence of certain women. You can walk in a room and you just feel the daggers. You just feel that demonic spirit. Women are evil. I don't care what nobody say. Women are untrustworthy, deceitful, demonic beings. I said what I said.
Now, you know what? I could say this and it would be, well, who hurt you and who did this and who did, and somebody must have took you down through there and all that. But you hear this woman say it. Here's a woman who's saying it, man, and she's adamant about it. She's speaking with conviction. Why? Because the Jezebel spirit is the average woman's affliction. She only wants what's best for her. Now, it's all gravy if you're in a relationship with a woman and she thinks you're what's best for her. Phenomenal. The moment she believes that you're not what's best for her, the true her comes out. That's why these guys be catering and pandering so much, because they just want to keep making sure every day that they the one the woman want. It don't matter what it take. If it take getting her thousands of dollars, y'all do it. She ain't got to do nothing but show up. She ain't got to cook. She ain't got to clean. She ain't got to let you slide between. She ain't got to do nothing. She just show up because she's such a queen. And the very moment you don't do that, the true her comes out and you realize she's not a queen at all. She's a peasant. And ain't nothing pleasant about a peasant, dog. But too many of y'all get yourselves caught up in trying to impress women who don't care about impressing you, and trying to not stress women who always trying to stress you. You gotta understand, brothers, that a woman will take everything from you that you're willing to give. At no point will she say, well, that's your last slice of bread. Why don't you eat it? She taking that too. And then she'll watch you starve and have 1,000 pieces of bread. And know what she'll tell you? Well, you a man. I ain't finna get no man no bread. I ain't finna get no man my money. I ain't finna get no man this. That's why I tell you, apply the prism of the ism. Man, if a woman ain't finna break no bread with me, dog, she ain't got the right mindset. Because you know what she'll do? She'll go break bread with all these department stores. She'll go break bread with all these restaurants. She'll go break bread with all these these clothing, these boutiques and all of this. She'll go break bread with the jewelry shop. She'll go break bread with these vacation spots. She'll go break bread with the hairstylist. She'll go break bread with the nail tech. She'll go break bread with all these people. Well, you know what, bro? If you ain't gonna break bread with me, I'm out. I can't do nothing with you. Cause if you ain't trying to break bread with me, then you want me to break bread with you. And baby girl, that's something I just cannot do. I can't do it. It ain't in me. It ain't in me. And I want y'all to understand that. It ain't a bad thing if it's in you. It's a bad thing if it's in me. You understand me? Like this video on your way out if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. When you subscribe, click that notification bell. Make sure your notifications are on so you can be alerted when I upload some more of this prism of the ism. And as always, Alpha's up, Beta's down. Peace.